this is Liz. Welcome to my little urban homestead. As you know, I'm tied up with mason decorating, preserving, general mundane things. And so I don't think I'll make very good videos, so I haven't made that many videos. Plus I can't go upstairs and do me winter projects and video those because of how Mason is not being trained yet. So I thought I will tell you a bit about my history, medical wise. I've been inspired by Kim from Hancock's Homestead and Gardens, who has talked to you about her medical issues, including the mental issues that she has. So I thought I'll let you know something about my background medical and it goes back quite a way. It goes back, it first starts in 1985. In 1985 January, I walked home from work. I was an insurance clerk at the time, and I was 20, yeah, I hadn't had my 21st birthday, so I was about 20 and a half. I was walking home from work and got this almighty pain. It felt like someone had got a red hot poker, poked it in my eye, so it stuck at the back of my head and just left it there. I got this really bad pain. This isn't the reason that I wear glasses. I've got wrong shaped eyes, had since birth. But I got this pain in my eye and I went all queasy and everything. And I got home and my husband at the time had actually cooked tea. So I sat down to eat it, and I was most of the time right-handed. I picked the fork up and nearly stabbed my eye out. I just completely lost coordination in my hand. So he figured out, yes, there was something wrong with it. That was on the Monday. That night he called out the emergency doctor, who came to me because I was just falling asleep all the time. And the doctor thought it was a very severe migraine attack. And I slept constantly for the next 2 days. And in the end, they actually admitted me to the hospital. I think that was the Wednesday or the Thursday. And after brain scans and that, they actually said a week later that I had had a stroke. And the reason I was nearly poking my eye out with a fork was that the coordination in this hand had gone, and the pain I felt was the actual stroke. What confused them is that the stroke, it's normally one side is affected. I've got both sides affected. The coordination in this hand and sensation of hot and cold is not there. And also not so much during summer, but as the weather starts going colder, which it is now, I'm starting to feel pins and needles down half of my face. The colder the weather gets, the more severe that gets. To, what can I liken it to? Sort of like prickly heat. It's that sort of sensation. Or if you slept awkward on your arm and it's dead and the blood starts flowing back to it, you feel all these like pinpricks all over it. That's how the side of my face is, and it slowly comes down my neck and into this side completely. And by midwinter, it's basically half of me. But I've learned to ignore that. Plus, no one looking at me can see that problem I've got. They also can't see the problem of no coordination. They can't see the problem of no hot and cold sensations in this hand. So from the outward appearance, I look like nothing has happened. But I had that stroke, which took him about 3 days to admit me to hospital, and another week until them to admit I'd had a stroke. And then another couple of days later, I had a brain operation to actually stop me having any more strokes in that particular area. And as I haven't had any more, and that was 30 odd years ago, I think it possibly worked. But because my hair's grown over and you can't see the scar that's there, big massive one, I can't remember how many stitches. I think it was something like 28 stitches, something like that. And so from the outward appearance, I look perfectly fine, as though nothing has happened. But because of how it affected my eyes as well. My eyesight would go on me regular. For the first 6 months, I had a headache, permanent. No amount of medication, painkillers, did any good. They didn't touch it. And I don't know if it was the stroke or the operation, more than likely a combination of the two. After 6 months, it started to not recede in how bad it was, but I would actually get some days where it was, I could put the pain at the back of my mind and work through it, and I got quite good at doing that. So I was able to stop having painkilling medication, and I still, even the problem with my knees and that, I don't have painkilling medication. The only time I do, and Lurch knows this, if I take painkillers, then the pain is severe, really severe. I won't take it. I won't take them other than that. I didn't see the point. I lived on them for nearly 6 months and they didn't do any good, so I had to learn a way of getting around them. So I did. But I'm rambling on. But that gives you a bit of an idea on my medical background. I still, on occasions, have really bad, severe headaches. I still, on occasions, my eyesight goes on me. It's very similar to tunnel vision. It just goes. And it is a scary experience when you're driving and that happens. But whereas it used to go on me several times a week, it's several times a year now. But it's things I've had to learn to cope with. So this year is me learning to cope with my knees, what I can and what I can't do, and how what I can and what I can't do now, knowing that that's less than last year, and next year is going to be less than this year, and it's going to be a downhill slope. So this year's been a learning curve for me again. I did that when I was 20. I learned to cope with the effects of the stroke. This year, the stroke actually made me unfit for work, and I was on invalidity pension for the next 11 years. And then a lot seemed to be going right with it or getting better anyway, getting better. And my doctor, who I'd had since before the stroke, said, there's no way they're keeping you on the invalidity now because you have started to improve and you should not improve. Any improvements you make after a stroke are within the first 12 months. It's now 11 years. You shouldn't be making improvements, but you are. So there's something major happened in your life. And the only major thing was that me and my first husband split up. So within 11 months of getting married, I have a stroke. And within 6 months of splitting up, I start to improve. Yeah. So I was back in the workforce and went on a change of career. I'll touch in onto that another time. My change of career and change of job, which I'm going to have to think about again. Do a change of career, change of job. But that's what this year is. I'm taking this year out. We've got some savings. We've now got a hell of a lot less savings because that's what we've been living on. So, gonna have to do some more workings out. But I'm digressing again. I'm going away from the point. But thank you for listening. If anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to comment and ask away. I'm used to it now. It's been over 30 years since I had the stroke and the brain operation. It's 20 years since I got back into working and doing a different job as well, quite a demanding job. And so I've never hidden the fact that I've had a stroke or brain operation, but because you can't see my illnesses, people have never assumed that I've had one. And it's like mental illnesses, because you cannot see the illness, the ailment, you don't think they exist, but they do. And people like me that have gone through the strokes, people that have had brain injuries and operations as well, people that suffer mental illnesses and that, we all know they exist. Thank you. Bye.
It's a